Hello everyone, this is Angela at Angela's Garden Sense, and I'm giving you a glance at my bed on the side and the back of the house. I've just done some clearing of this bed with, of course, exception of my pepper plants that are still pushing out blooms, and I'm really happy about that. But as I walk down the stairs leading to the backyard, you'll see that this bed, for the most part, is empty. One lone cabbage plant there which may come up, and of course some basil. These are the ones that I had started as cuttings in the kitchen several weeks ago back in the summer. But as you can see, there's a big empty spot right in the middle of the bed, and you know what was there? It's been there, well, most of the growing season. Actually, and I just pulled it up. Don't become horrified, those of you who happen to like the plant, but it was this lavender. Yep, it was right smack in the middle of the bed. It was right there. I never did anything with it. Um, and it looked nice, but look at all that space and look at all this prime space. Well, of course, I had tomatoes here earlier, some of those tomatoes that produce those really large ones. But you know what? I've got a lot of space here. I'm going to go further down the steps so you can see, and we're going to look straight up from the foot of the bed, looking up. That's at least, what, 20 feet or so of a bed that I'm going to have for next year. The basil will be coming up soon when I decide to make some pesto again. Of course, that's just right there, but all the tomato plants are pulled up. So I'm just giving some thought to what I should be doing for next year. I'm going to plant tomatoes again, of course, but plant them maybe a little bit differently. Maybe just coming right down the middle, have some basil on one side and maybe some peppers on the other. Not sure about that. And then, of course, as I look over here on the other side, you know, this bed that I recently, constructed out of the wood and the bricks, which is right now it's maybe temporary. I've had all the space cleared off, so I'm going to be taking advantage of a lot of that. But I'm thinking of moving this third backyard bed maybe to the side over here by the wall, and I may have it basically right here, and then I'll have two beds and maybe some space in between where I'll have containers. I am planning to use some space closer to the wall. See a mimosa tree trying to come up. They're very invasive too. I will be trimming back all of those branches again. But the problem with this space here, as you can see, some shrubs trying to grow because there's a stump, a very heavy stump, and until I really get someone to pull that up, and they'll probably need a backhoe. That's very, very heavy wood. It's a stump. The most I'll be able to do is just sort of hide it, perhaps with some containers. So if I move this bed over here to this space over here, then I would have all the space in between to be able to do some things with. Not quite committed to that, but we shall see. And of course, you can still see the previous owner, when all these shrubs were here up against this wall. You see that that black stuff is, I guess you call that landscape fabric or something. I guess it's supposed to keep weeds, which certainly it does, but it's pretty irregular under there. And unless I pay someone to really smooth that out, I have to work around that, which is why I'm thinking about having maybe container garden in this particular space. And I might just put flowers in this space between the edge where I'm going to, again, thinking of moving this bed to this space over here, and then have the space maybe for containers where I'll have flowers, which will bring in pollinators. And of course, I could perhaps keep this bed here. I have to level out a little bit of space behind it because it's not 100% flat, and still have another bed over there. So we'll see about that. But just curious, I just wanted you all though to see what's going to be going on. I'm already thinking of spring. Are you all thinking of spring? Of course, these crazy okra plants are doing whatever it is they're doing now. Jambalayas, do they do defoliate or what, but they're still putting out okra, so I'll let them sit here for another week or two before I clear this out and put some greens down here in that space. But my primary question was really for you and your suggestion. What do you think would be perfect? Now, the soil is mostly clay, so I would have, every time I dig a hole, I always put a lot of other things, compost and worm castings and eggshells and other things in the holes when I plant things. But regardless of the composition of the soil, which I will be amending that, what would you think one should do? This is at least 20 feet, 15 or 20 feet of space. What would you put here? I'm just looking ahead for fall and just wanted to get your opinion on things since I have been out here weeding and hoeing and clearing some of this bed. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and remember to plant something and always eat what you grow. Take care, everyone. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching. Bye.